All right, here at No Reserve we have this super clean 94 Bronco XLT. It's got all power options. It's got the light gray leather interior. This is a really hard to find blue. It's two-tone. It's called lapis metallic blue. So it's kind of the best way to relate it. It looks like a nice metallic bright blue tarp color. But I'll take you inside first because it's getting a little late in the day. It's about 3:45 here. So hopefully you guys can see the interior really good. But there's 150 photos uploaded. You can see the door panel is basically in mint condition. Just a little bit of wearing on the writing there. A common, I don't know what they did, how they applied the color to these speaker covers, but almost every one of them has kind of like the little brown surface rusting. You can see there's no rust on the door. It's really nice paint all along the rocker. And then door hinges. You can see the original VIN decal. Carpets are in really nice condition, especially since they're 94. You'll see in the photos it's got nice WeatherTech mats front and rear, but it's a little darker, a little discolored around the foot mat there. But other than that, it's in really nice shape. Leather's in really nice condition. This is hard to find. Usually they're all pulled back, and it's got cruise control, tilt steering. Only a couple imperfections at the dash. Someone screwed some holes in here and covered it with some electrical tape. But you can see there's no cracks on the top. Headliner's in great condition, but you can see there's maybe somebody has some overhead console or like a sunglass cover, but there wasn't any screws through the top. You can see the top's in nice condition. I don't think the top's ever been off because all the trim pieces are there. It doesn't have any leak issues. You can see the leather's in really nice condition. The leather of this era just really did not age well. You do have, some aging in the entry sides and the rear seat at the bottom where you sit towards the middle hinging point, kind of where the seat belts are. It is kind of aged in the same way. You'll see right there's just a little bit of cracking, but still looks really good. It's nice and soft and comfortable. You see the center console's in nice condition. Take you around here to the passenger side. You see some really nice. And again, there's a ton of photos, a little cracking right there. A little bit of discoloring and aging right here, but I mean, it looks really nice. The exterior has had some paint work done on it a long time ago. There's a little bit of white that's pulled back from here. It looks like they had one of those protectors on it and pulled it with a strong adhesive. But the rear window goes down from both the interior and exterior switch. It growls a little bit going up, so probably could use a little bit of grease. You can see the carpet's a little bit discolored. Panels are in nice condition with just a little bit of scuffing, but no fading or sun dyed or anything. You can see there's no rust right along in there. As talked about in the description of the video, in the ad, someone has, slightly backed in or bumped in the back of the Bronco at some point because they had to replace the tailgate and completely repainted it. But it is a little bit darker. It's probably the right color. It's just probably the original is faded a little bit. A little bit of dent happened there, and you'll see the bumper's got a couple little dings and tweaks on it, stuff like that on the left side, but still looks good. But all the panel and everything was taken off. The spare tire carrier was taken off to have that fixed. You see a little bit of fading on the tail lights, but the paint work that was done on this, you see a couple touched up areas, was done a long time ago because it's still the original pinstriping, the one-piece Ford pinstriping that you haven't been able to get for decade and a half. Because nowadays if you replace it, you'd have to stack it with a blue and then a silver and you'd feel it. But you can see there's no paint lifting issues, no clear coat issues. There's a little bit of condensation in the corner light. All the chrome looks really good on the bumper. You can see it's got nice gaps on the bumper. It doesn't take much to tweak these front ones. Grill, the gray coats are still nice, but there is a little bit of aging in the chrome, a little bit of fading areas, a little condensation in these lights. But you can see the hood gaps are really nice. Nobody's hyperextended the hood. You know, you have a couple little stone chips along the bottom here, but you'll see a little bit of the clear coat that's chipped right there and shows the original white paint underneath. You know, you won't find a tape line right here, but you can see there's a little tape line right there. So I'm not too sure what has happened in the past on this. You know, a couple little dings here on that wheel well trim, a couple little stone chips on the bottom. Again, you know, you will find a couple areas of the pinstriping that's been chipped. The paint looks awesome. You wouldn't know it's not the original paint by looking at it. It's just a beautiful color. You can see how smooth it is and the gloss it has. You know, the rear window sweep has been replaced on when they painted it, but the side doors have a little cracking. The driver's side door does sag just a little. I mean, it doesn't really sag, but it does drop a little bit when you open it. Both sides have a little kind of your typical hairline crack right there, but it's just a really killer truck. You can see there's a little bit of entry wear around here, kind of your typical stuff. Let's see, you know, there's a little bit of waxing, a little bit of chipping there. But again, a little bit of tape line there. So I'm not too sure what happened, because it doesn't look like the white has been redone on this side, because you don't see any tape lines in here. But still, it just looks really killer. You know, that's all original how that is supposed to be. Nice door gaps. You can see it's got a really nice hood gap on the driver's side too. So all right, this is gonna be going at no reserve. You know, it's all original underneath the hood, but it's super clean. You know, it has some little small leaks and stuff. I'll talk a little bit about that just on the motor, just because it is original and older. So you can see it's running really nice. But I'll be doing a driving video. You can see there's no tape line on the front. Bolts have never been messed with, no tape line. I'll do a driving video, so hopefully you guys can stick along with that. Try to think of anything else on this thing. You know, there's a little scuff in the paint right there. You know, just really clean rockers, just tiny little chips. It's kind of the extent of it. All right, here we are in our 94 Ford Bronco for a run and driving video. It's going at no reserve. You can see it's running nice and smooth. All the lights got nice clarity, working good. You obviously got a little condensation on those two. You can see it's not ticking. AC compressor's working. Clutch is kicking on and off. No shaking, no belt squeal, anything like that. You can see it's just running nice and smooth. Started raining on us a little bit here, but hopefully traffic allows us to get up to some speed and the rain will stay away. But I'll go ahead and turn off the brights here. I mean, you know, all the seatbelts bounce back nice. You know, they're a little bit dark, a little discoloring, but probably use a good scrubbing. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the overdrive off. Hopefully we just can do a little bit of city driving, then get on the highway. It's got original stereo, works really good. All the buttons are nice and clear. It's got an aftermarket Pioneer CD changer. I haven't tried it or anything. It's a little bit outdated, so I'm assuming somebody will swap it out. Steering wheel's nice. Tilt wheeling is really smooth. You got you know, all speeds, your wipers. You got 7 different speeds in the intermediate. All the windows lock really good. They're nice and tight. You know, you got to give them force so they're not going to flap around. You can see your mirrors are working properly. You know, of course, it goes all the way down. Power door locks all work good, and then it's also got a remote with keyless entry. You can see all that's working good. Rear window goes down. Show you from, you saw in the other video, goes down. And it does growl a little bit on the way up, so probably needs a little bit of grease down in there. But you know, dome lights working. You know, all the map lights are working. Well, these ones aren't. Not sure why they're not kicking on. But so we'll get going. This is a tack truck. It's got just under a quarter tank of fuel. It's a big fuel tank. It's got about 36 gallons, I think. So all right, we'll get ripping here. But you can see it's got really nice paint. Paint shines back at you really nice. Let's see here, but oh man, traffic's getting a little bit thick, so hopefully we'll get out in this. I like to get out on the highway, get her up to some speeds, and then exit off and take you on a little bit of a bumpy road. While we're waiting here, you can see the ashtray works and glides nice and smooth. The cigarette lighter works, and the power point down here if you want to plug your iPhone in, or cell phone charger or anything like that that needs that plug in. Drives really nice and smooth. Not a lot of rattling or anything. The tires are BFG KOs. They got lots of tread left, but they are, you feel them. They are getting a little bit old. Like if you touch the rubber, they're getting a little bit more kind of stiff. You see the sides. They might have rubbed up against the curbs a little bit. The white letters just aren't as crisp as they should be. But honestly, I just ride them out to the end, and so use the cost of tires, and then get a nice set of 31s again. But they look killer with the white top and the white two-tone on this blue with the white letters. Here, so this got the 5.8 351. It's got a lot of power. So it's got that nice 351 throttle body sound. Really responsive throttle. Doesn't shake, doesn't hesitate, doesn't fall on its face. It just, when you hammer down, it goes. So I'm gonna turn the overdrive on. You don't really ever need to use this button. It's just kind of owner preference. We have a lot of traffic up here, so it's like you take that overdrive off, or if you're going through the city, just keeps that exercise out of the transmission. You see the tach's working good. Just giving it like medium throttle. We're up to 55. You can see it drop down into overdrive about 1700 RPMs. Not a lot of wind noise coming in here. Nothing more than what you would really get new. Horn works good. I got the cruise control set, 65. You can see foot's off. It's working good. You turn it off, and it's already deaccelerating. But I'll keep going here and turn the overdrive off so you can kind of see, RPMs kick up, so it works perfect. Get on the gas here a little bit. It's just got a ton of power. So we're gonna exit off here. It's got 174,817 miles on it right now. It had 15 on it when we started cruising. Brakes really nice and smooth. You don't have any pulling or shaking. It just goes nice and straight. Just a really killer Bronco. Just a little bit of paint that's been addressed throughout the years, that's been redone, but mostly an original paint truck. Super rust free, but the color is just killer. I mean, this is hard to find this color in solid blue or two-tone. But this road's really tore up, so there's some potholes up here. You can see it just soaks the bumps up nice. It's a shift on the fly 4-wheel drive system, so if you're gonna get automatic hubs, if you're gonna be going down the road, kicks on. You can see the light come on, and then you'll feel the front tires grab, and then when you want to go out of the 4-wheel drive, you just click the 4-wheel drive and it goes out. It does take it takes a little while to disengage. If you want to disengage it right away, you just stop, put it in reverse, and it disengages, but you'll feel the hubs, and then all of a sudden you hear the motor disengage. If you want to go into 4-low, you got to come to a complete stop and put it in neutral. So here we're going to go through these tight corners. You can see that the steering wants to bounce back to center. It wants to rebound, which is good. Good signs of a good steering box. Coming in here, another 90. No clunking from the ball joints. Radius arm bushings are in good condition. The tie rods don't have a bunch of play in them. Just overall, just a really killer truck. I mean, really, for being 25 years old, you couldn't have too much of a better example other than something that was extreme low miler. But this even it's like 7,000 miles a year, I think, if somebody would have to put on it. So all right, gonna give it a little gas. So all right, it's going at no reserve, so high bidder wins. Good luck.